I know a lot of people like my straight putt runs that I post when I go 4x speed because it doesn't take so long to watch it. But some people have commented that they'd rather see normal speed and they'd like to see me comment. So rather than doing a rack of the week, I'm going to comment through this run. Let me just hit play on this right now. And I'm not going to stop and start the video at any point. I've got my little pointer cursor. I can draw some lines on the screen. But I'm not going to start it. Let me just start. Let me hit play. I'm not going to stop at any point. I'm just going to let it run and see if I can remember this run. This was just this afternoon, and this is a run of 50. So it's a pretty good run, but then I know I messed something up at the end. So this is right after the opponent missed a shot. And so I've got a break ball on either the 1 or the 6, but the 2, 3 are a little bit tied up. So I drew the cue ball back, and I had to kind of stun cheat it. I was trying to get a shot on the 3 ball on the side, and I have too much angle on that 3. So I'm not sure what I shoot here. I've got to shoot the 6. Yeah, I'm going to shoot the 6 probably and bring the cue ball over here for the 5 and then try and get on those balls. Use the 1 as the break shot. Okay. Now, if I had more angle, it looks like the 3 ball goes in this corner pocket, so I'd want to come over here. But I have less angle. I could do that if I needed to, but I'm just trying to go to the bottom rail and get that. Oh, I'm just trying to stun over and get that shot on the 3 in the side and end up with the exact same angle. Yeah, I just pointed where I wanted. I wanted to be here. So what am I going to do now? I remember this shot. I go 3 rails, and I need to cut the 3 in the side and come 3 rails around the 1. As long as I get around the 1, I'll accept any angle that I get on that 2 ball, and I'll figure out how to get the cue ball over on the break shot. And I think I touched the 1 ball there, but pretty much made it past there. So this is okay. Now I look at it, and I'm like, wait a minute, the 2 ball could be a break ball as well now. Yeah, I'm going to check it to make sure. Yeah. So I prefer that. Now you can go to the rail here and try and bring the cue ball off of this rail here. It's kind of tricky. You can do it for sure. But I decide, I just put my Q-tip right here because that's where I want my cue ball to be, or at least on that angle. So the cue ball is not going to come straight back, but if I can get it back and get that angle, I'm good. And now I'm mad at myself again. I'm like, what are you doing? I drew it about 1.5 feet too far. But this is still workable. This is a shallow angle. In other words, it's an outside angle. If the cue ball was over here on this angle, but way over here, that's a tough shot. So you'd rather have this angle if you're this far away. And on this break ball, I'm hitting the head ball full, so I don't know where the cue ball is going. I'm just shooting center ball, I think, and just going to hit this hard. You don't want to stun the cue ball off this head ball over into the side pocket. You kind of want the cue ball to stop, knowing that the rack balls are going to knock the cue ball loose. Let's see where I go with this. Looks like I'm hitting a little bit lower. Yeah, that was a little bit lower. So that was actually some draw off from the head ball. And I think I'm fortunate to have a shot on this 10 because obviously and for the 10, I'm just going to go into here with a little bit of speed. Well, I should have hit it with a little bit more speed, but I think I'm okay. I think I've got either the 3 or the 6. I like this, the break ball, key ball combo. I don't have a key ball anywhere over here, but one of these I bet is going to end up being my break ball. So I don't like shooting the 6 apparently. I mean, I don't like shooting the 3. I'm shooting the 6 because I can nudge the 15. And I don't have to do anything with the cue ball. I'm going to have a shot on the 12 or the 7 or the 14. So when you're faced with a tough shot like that, it helps when you don't have to play position. That was the whole point of that. Now, this is a ball I want to get rid of early. That's of no use to me. That's in that quadrant below the, inside of the break ball. You don't need those balls. So the shot that I just played was to get on the 13 because the 11 blocked access to the 13. So I shot that softly so I could get the 13 out, and then I've got a slight angle, and I can come over here and get the 9. So that was a 3-shot sequence, the 14, whatever that ball was, and then the 8. Now from here, boy, there's a whole bunch of ways you can play it, but you don't want to play for the 11 ball right now. That's why I do this, because if you shoot the 11, then you've got to shoot other balls and somehow come back around over to here to shoot the 3 or the 4. So that's why you've got to play position for the 3 ball off from that 9. Now the 4 ball goes in either pocket, so it's not a big deal. There's only 1.1 million ways to run these remaining balls. Let's see what I do. Okay. Yeah, this is okay. So I'm playing position for the 7 in the corner because on the side, you got to bring the cue ball way over here to get a shot on the 15. But from here, you don't have to do anything with the cue ball. Boom, I'm on the 15 in the corner and the 12 in the side. So minimal cue ball movement is how you're making your shot choices here. From here, it's pretty obvious. That ball straight in the side. I want an angle on the 4 to bring the cue ball 1 rail or 2 rails back out here. Then I'll have an angle on the 5 or the 1 to bounce off the rail and get on the other ball. Oops, made myself a liar. I decided to do something else. So for this works very well too. The 4 ball's the key ball. So I want an angle on the 4. Then I can either go 1 rail to break ball position or 2 rails. Either way, whatever whatever the angle lends itself to, whatever you feel more confident with. Now I'm real shallow on this 4, so I'm not gonna. I would have to really pound it and really get my angle right to come 2 rails. This one is right English because the cue ball is going to go straight to the rail. See that? And then right English brings it back. That's how I create the angle to get where I want to be on the break shot. I think that's more controllable with a shallow angle. Obviously, if I'd shot the 5 and the cue ball stopped here, then I've got an angle to go 2 rails and arrive at the same spot. Anyway. This one's player's choice. For looking at it here, I think I want to go with a high ball. I think my cue ball is going to go to the lower part of the rack, curve to the bottom rail, and then up. And that's hitting it forcefully. I don't like stunning or drawing the cue ball. Then your cue ball is going to come this way, and I can have a shot from no man's land again. Looks, yeah, outside English, little bit of left English. That's going to slow the cue ball down. Oh, I stunned it. What are you doing? That's a terrible shot. I think the rack would have opened better if I had gone forward and let the cue ball come this way. But when you're in the heat of the moment, sometimes you see things differently. I remember this shot. I'm playing for the 3 next. Yeah, nice. I want to get straight in on the 3. I can either go forward, shoot the 13, come into the bottom of the stack. I don't like that shot. You can get stuck and end up with no shot quite a lot. And for that reason, I decided to draw back because I can get an angle on the 2, and also the 14-10 combination isn't all that tough, and then I can maybe open the balls from there as well. So I'm going to draw this back and then decide what I want to do from there. Nice little draw shot. That's good. So I could do the same thing. I could shoot the 2, come off the rail, give myself this angle, shoot the 13, and go into the bottom. You're just going to get stuck and have no shot so often. So I think I'm committing to this combination. It's almost lined up. I've got the way I aim this is if I shoot the 14 in the pocket, I miss. So I have to undercut the 14 just a little bit, and then the 10 goes in. And notice I didn't shoot low on the cue ball. I shot above center. If you shoot low, you're slowing the cue ball down and you're increasing the chances that your cue ball hits this cluster and gets stuck. You know, what if I shot with low? Maybe the cue ball would go here and I end up trapped or something. Anyway, you're gonna find you get better results letting the cue ball run when you're going into clusters like that. So I've got a bit of a difficult shot, not all that tough, but 6 ball, and I just want to come straight up table. I'll have a shot on one of these or the 8 or the 2 next. And I'm not trying to play a whole lot of position there. That's a positive stroke. You don't want that object ball to be rolling. You want to get it to slide, at least in the beginning part, so it's on a track right for the center of the pocket. You miss those shots when you try and roll them, and then you get more friction between the cue ball and the 6, and it throws it forward, and then it hits the rail here, and it bobbles it in the pocket. So more of my energies was spent on pocketing that ball than playing position. Now I'm taking a good look. I have 2 possible break balls, the 2 or the 12, but I've got to get this cluster open. What I see right now is getting low on these balls to go up into there, and then the 8 is an insurance ball. Oh, no. I'm going into them right now because the 8's an insurance ball. I think this is way smarter. Yeah. So much for the 8 being an insurance ball, right? But I think that was a much higher percentage shot. If I didn't have a shot on, I don't have a shot on the 7, but I got a shot on this 11. I also have a shot on the 9 if I really feel like back cutting it. But now I've got 2 break balls over here, either the 14 or the 12. I'm not sure what I do here. Let me think. I know I'm letting this cue ball go to the head rail and down. It's just a little bit too much angle. I could have drawn the cue ball over here, but I think I wanted to be straight or have this angle on the 12. But since I left, I understroked that, and I'm too far from the 12. The 8 ball's way more makeable. And I believe that I'm letting the cue ball run. I'm going to let it go into these 2 balls. Once again, I can put a positive stroke on the ball rather than trying to slow roll it and hold the cue ball here for these 2. And part of the reasoning, too, is that the 7 ball is in the zone below my break ball. You got to get rid of that. So shooting the shot the way I did allowed me to do that. So that was bad position. I was trying to come past the 12, straight in on the 12. Then I can go 12, 4, roll forward, shoot these 2, and come up and use the 9 ball as a key ball into the side pocket for the 14 ball break shot. I messed that up, but I have an extremely similar pattern. Now I have enough angle where I can't get over here. I'll get too steep on the 5, so I go 1 rail and come past them. Now it's easy to shoot these 2 balls, use the 9 to get on the 12. When you get position on this 9, you want to be below. You want to be below here. And then when you go get position on the 12, you want to be on this side so you can go to the rail and off. That's the highest percentage way to control the cue ball on those shots. So this is perfect. And now look what I'm doing. Go look at your angle. Don't just bend down and say, oh, I know where it is. Go look. Watch John Schmidt. Watch Jason Shaw play. They go look. You should do the same. I know the times that I don't go look, the chances of me getting the wrong angle increase exponentially. So now I've got just a beautiful angle, very manageable, not too much, not too little. And I want to come out on this line somewhere. Yeah, see, I'm close to the break ball, so I'm not trying to get way over here. I don't want an outside angle on this. Because I know I'm going to be close to it, I'm very happy with this sharp cut angle. And this is a power break shot. You can hit this with a straight high ball. Cue ball is going to hit the side of the rack, curve to the bottom rail and up. No left or right on this. And what that does is it frees you up to put all your concentration on the cut angle. Don't rush this shot. No, look at me. Look at the angle. I've looked at the angle twice. And now I'm going to stand over it and see it again. That's the 3rd time I'm sighting the aiming point before I get down on the ball. Careful aim. And then don't jab at it. See that? Nice and smooth. I hit that harder than I think I needed to. It would have been better for the cue ball to stop, generally in the middle of the table. So I hit that much harder than I needed to, but I want to get these balls open. This shot here is rail first. The cue ball, I want to go rail first. The cue ball is going to come over here and hit the 9. I'm not trying to play a whole lot of position there. I know I'm going to I want to get the cue ball up high enough because the 10 doesn't go past the 15. But even if I don't get on the 15, I've got the 3. And now I'm looking at it. I've got 2 break balls. Once the 9 ball's gone, then the 8 and the 2 both go over here. So I've got to clear 9 ball and the 3 ball. Ooh, yeah, I hit that too hard. I was trying to come around the 10. I did not want to hit the 10. Then I could use the 10 to bring the cue ball over here to shoot the 9. And I might even, when I shoot the 9, I might want to nudge the 2, and then the 3 is an insurance ball. Didn't get that, so this is just a soft. I'm actually overcutting that ball with right English. Right English slows down the cue ball, keeps it away from the 10, and throws the 7 into the pocket. Now, the old me would have shot this 10 and sent the cue ball straight up into here. You don't need to do that. All these balls go. You just need to maneuver and be selective. So this is inside spin. I'm trying to get a shot on that 9 ball. And I didn't put enough spin on it now. Yeah. But see, it's okay because I had an insurance ball. If this 3 ball wasn't here, I might have chosen a different shot. It's the 3 ball being here that gave me the freedom to try to use that inside spin to get on the 9. If the 3 wasn't there, I would not have done that. Because it's not 100%. That's why. So, I'm not sure what this is about. Why am I leaving the 3 ball? Oh, okay. What I'm doing is I'm trusting to my abilities to deal with these balls. In the old days, I might have said, no, I'm going to get these balls open, and then I'll go up and get the up-table ball. But here I'm saying, no, I have the perfect opportunity to get this up-table ball, and I'm going to trust my abilities to deal with this. Now, I have a very slight angle. I am attempting now to bring the cue ball to the rail and get here on the 9 so I can nudge the 2 out. And I almost get there. A little bit. This is a fast table. I'm using a little bit of spin to gauge my speed, and I didn't get there. Now I'm losing confidence, and I actually am going to run into these balls. I feel that if I run into the 9 full, I don't want to hit the bottom of the 9. If I hit it full or the top of it with a medium speed, the cue ball is going to come loose to center table, and I'm going to be okay. And what do? Missed it completely. You notice I didn't react to that because I don't want anyone to know that I messed that up. I failed to do what I was trying to do completely. And this worked out perfectly. Now, you can shoot the 5 and try and get the cue ball here. But what if you don't? What if you come too far? It's not 100%. Don't shoot it. So this is positioned for the 12 ball back this way. And part of the reason why that's good to shoot is because if you don't get on the 12, you got the 8 here to bail you out. And if you need to, you've got the 1 ball, even though I'm trying to preserve the 1 as a break shot. Either the 1 or the 12 will work as a break shot. But from here, let's see. Oh, yeah. From here, just go to the bottom rail and come up. All 3 of these balls go in this pocket. You can't mess it up. So see, by making certain choices, your choice is always the route that has the least risk and the most insurance. That's what you need to be looking at. Now it's easy. Oh, I think I messed this up, though. Okay, so from here, I'm supposed to play position on the 4 ball here, I think. Because you can shoot the 4, no matter what angle you get, maybe you roll forward and just shoot the 8 up here. Maybe you go to the rail and out here for the 8 in the side. But I'm talking myself into something that I shouldn't do. And what I'm trying to do now is draw the cue ball to the side rail and all the way back over here to play position for the 4 ball and the 8 at the same time. That's the wrong shot. Why is it the wrong shot? Because it's too much cue ball movement and something can go wrong, which it did. See that? So this is, I mean, obviously I'm still going to run out, but this is way less than ideal. You're giving yourself an opportunity to fail. So I'm going to shoot the 8, and you saw me put my finger on the rail. 2 rails. I want as long as I get the cue ball off the rail, I've got an angle to shoot the 4 and get on the break shot. I prefer this route. You could also shoot the 4 and try and go 2 rails and come up here for the 8 in the side. I prefer the 8 ball, and the reason why is the 8 ball is a much easier shot. That 8 ball is a 99% shot. The 4 ball is like a 90% shot, so you shoot the 8. Now I can't miss this 4. I'm just right on it. And this is straight. Yeah, I didn't quite have straight high. That might have had a touch of left English. The cue ball, when it hit the rail, should have gone to the rail and come up this way, right? Or even this way. So, I had to cut the 4 ball to the right, and I unconsciously was a little nervous and put a little bit of left. I didn't quite hit it as pure as I could have to get the cue ball exactly here. So once again, I'm not happy with this angle. It's a very shallow angle. So this is a straight high ball. You're not going to miss the rack. The cue ball is going to deflect this way because I'm going to hit it so hard. Wow, it didn't look like I hit it all that hard. Wow, I was expecting more balls to come loose. But I remember this shot now. Difficult shot in the 3, so come and take a look at it. This is an immediate rebreak. In other words, this is just another break shot. This is center ball. You don't want to use high ball. If you use high, your cue ball curves and you can actually miss the rack or get stuck on it. Center ball makes the cue ball come smartly off that rail right into the balls. You don't want the cue ball curving. I'm not sure if I get through this rack or not, but right now I could shoot the 2 in the side, but the scratch off this 11 or something is big. This ball's easy, and the cue ball is going to go right into these. So you don't want to hit it too hard, but you don't want to hit it too soft. I don't know. That's probably not a lot of help, is it? This is medium hard. Yeah, see, and I was trying to avoid hitting that 5. Did not want to hit that 5 ball. Yeah, this is where the run ends. Yeah, this is not. If I miss the 5, then the cue ball hits the stack and comes off, and I'm good to go. I've got several shots to choose from. The left English on that shot that I just shot was bad because that made it way more likely I was going to hit that 5 and end up messed up. So right now I'm trying to shoot the 2 ball, and I'm just trying to lag it in because then I'll have a shot on either the 2 or the 5. I'm sorry, I'll have a shot on either the 4 or the 5. And I, kind of close. Yeah, I hit the point. That's not bad from being frozen to the rail up here. But that's the end of the run. It shows you how quickly a run can end. Let's take a look how this run ended because this is going to be really educational. I just published a video where I talked about failure points. So this was a failure point, and it was a position error. We could call it a position error. I tried to cut this ball in the corner, hit the 5 accidentally, and the cue ball stopped frozen to the rail up here. So that's a position error which led to a miss. So we could define that as the failure point, and you would be correct in doing so. However, I don't think that's entirely accurate. Let's back this up. This is the shot I missed. This is the shot that I misplayed position on. But this shot I hit pretty well. You really can't hope for much better off from this shot. Let's keep going. This is not a good shot. I would trace the failure point of what caused this run to end back to this because this is a bad break shot. This is a very low percentage break shot because it's a very shallow angle. Had I hit it better, sure, I could have hit this better and hit the 13 instead of the 5. The balls might have opened better and the cue ball might have behaved better. Maybe. Those are a lot of maybes. But the point is, why did I end up with a bad angle on this shot? And the reason is because I didn't shoot this shot properly. Why not? This isn't that hard of a shot, is it? No, it's not. If you're playing 9-ball, it's a hanger. But in straight pool, this is out of line. Why am I out of line here? It's because I didn't hit this shot hard enough. Had I come off the rail and gotten the cue ball all the way over here, then I would have no excuse for not getting properly on the break shot. Straight pool is a game of millimeters. Straight pool is about very precise cue ball control when you can. So I can trace the failure point to here, but why did I fail at that? It's this shot. And I pointed that out during the run. I said, this is the wrong shot. I think the correct shot on here is to shoot the 9 and do this with the cue ball. Boop. That's it. 6 inches of movement on the cue ball. Then you've got the 4 ball on the side. No matter what angle I get on the 4, I can, if I get outside one angle, I can go to the rail and out to here for the 8 or all the way up here. If I get straight in, I can just roll straight forward for the 8. If I come low on the 8, which would be preferable, then you just shoot the 4 and let the cue ball come up here to get on the 8. Minimal cue ball movement. So why did this run end? It wasn't because of the 13 ball that I cut and hit the 5. It was because of this shot. It wasn't an error of a miss. It wasn't an error of a scratch. It was a decision-making error. And I didn't put that in my chart in my other video. But that's what caused the end of this run. And let's back this up even further. Whoops. Let's go right here. From this point, there's a lot of choices, isn't there? I could shoot the 9 ball right now. I could definitely shoot the 9 ball and go 1 rail or 2 rails back out here and have a shot on both of these balls, the 2 and the 4 into this corner, and then maybe have a better pattern. You know what else I could have done? This is just, I mentioned earlier, there's 1.1 million ways to run this. You want to find the way to run out that has the least cue ball movement and the highest probability of success. Let's look at what else I could have done. I could have come 2 rails, gotten on the 8 ball, because with 1 angle on the 8 ball, I could then roll the cue ball forward, shoot the 4, then roll forward and have a shot on the 2 ball back here and simply stun the cue ball up here for the break shot. That's a good pattern. That's real good. Now, the danger with that is that's a lot of travel from the 9 to the 8. What if you hit it too hard and the cue ball stops here? Now it's a little bit tougher. So maybe that's not the best. But if I shoot the 9, come this way, and end up short on the 2, then I have the angle that I had after shooting these balls. And I could bring the cue ball, 2 rails, but now I've got 2 balls to choose from instead of 1. So maybe playing for short side on the 8 isn't all that bad of a deal, all that bad of an idea. Conversely, I like 1 rail on the 9 and just coming back up here because it's easier to control than the 2 rail. And you're going to get a shot on either the 2 or the 4, and you're going to be able to then come up with a positional route to either go 2-4-8, 4-2-8, or 4-8-2. Bottom line, more decision-making here. Rather than just saying, oh, this is easy, just shoot the 2 and draw back. More decision-making at this point, I think, would have been beneficial, and I might have kept the run going. Take that for what it's worth and see what you think about it. Thanks for watching.